Tonight, a woman shares the heartbreaking story of how COVID-19 has torn her family apart. Plus, Columbia residents split over plans to build a new hotel downtown. And a Stevens College alum is now the oldest person to visit space. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
Today, Boone County reported 172 new COVID-19 cases. That's the highest number of new cases since January. And now Boone Health is the latest hospital to bring back its visitor restrictions. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Spain. Thanks for joining us tonight. Starting Thursday, Boone Hospital patients will only be allowed to have one visitor a day. And there are a few exceptions where 2 visitors will be allowed. Those include patients in the nursery and neonatal intensive care, pediatric patients on inpatient units, OB patients, and end of life. If you want more information on the new visitor protocols, be sure to visit our website, KOMU.com. The state health department is reporting now just under 9,000 new cases in the past week. The latest data from Missouri's COVID dashboard shows a little under 1,400 people have been hospitalized with COVID-19. More than 400 of those are in the ICU. But even though the number of cases are rising in Missouri, the rate of vaccinations still have not. As you can see here on the state's COVID vaccine dashboard, the daily vaccination rate peaked back at the beginning of April before steadily falling in the spring and staying low during the summer. At our peak back in April, 53,000 vaccines are being administered. Over the past week, the vaccination rate has been hovering at around 10,000 per day. So let's take a look now at the latest vaccine numbers across the state. 46.3% of the state's population has started vaccination. 40.3% are fully vaccinated. That's an 0.2% increase in completely vaccinated people since Sunday. Boone County has the highest vaccination rate still here in the state, with 46.3% of residents completing vaccination. Experts say that number needs to be closer to 70 to slow the spread. For more on the latest vaccine information, be sure to visit our website, KOMU.com. Well, as we can see, cases are going up, patients are being transferred, and some say COVID-19 is destroying their family. KOMU 8's Megan Hodges is in the studio with that family's battle. Megan?
Emily, a tough story to hear. One woman says COVID-19 is killing her loved ones, and it's because some of her family members chose not to get vaccinated. She was really nervous to do the interview today, but says she had to. She says if sharing her story could help one person choose to be vaccinated, she would be overjoyed.
The first person that I lost in my family was my brother's wife.
Marlene Thomas has lost loved ones. COVID-19 also took away her youngest sister.
She wasn't improving and finally passed away.
2 dead, 2 more fighting for their lives, at least 6 quarantined, and a family grieving.
None of them had gotten vaccinated.
Thomas says she tried to encourage her sister to vaccinate months ago.
She didn't know what the long-term effects of the vaccine would be. Well, COVID was her long term, and she's gone, and I may lose her daughter and husband.
Thomas says her niece was giving her updates until one day she didn't pick up.
It was on a Friday when I called her, so her daughter and husband and all their children at home got it.
She says the most recent update on the condition of her niece and husband wasn't good.
He was not getting along. He was very bad Saturday, and they had called family in.
Despite the tragedy, she knows one thing is important. Thomas urges people to take this pandemic and vaccination seriously. She says if they don't,
it could mean death.
She says she vaccinated before any of this even happened.
Well, I'd already heard how many people were dying from COVID, and I didn't want to die.
We tried reaching out to additional family members. They didn't wish to contribute out of respect for their sister and brother-in-law still fighting for their lives. In the studio, Megan Hodges, KOMU 8 News.
Temperatures today, pretty similar to yesterday. We're in the lower and middle 80s here. We're at 85 in Columbia, 86 in Jefferson City, and 85 there in Mexico and Paris. Over to Tipton at 84. And you can see tonight temperatures cooling down into the middle 60s. Tomorrow afternoon, we're back up in the middle and even some upper 80s here, around about 88 degrees, 89 for some of us too. Of course, feeling a little warmer with the humidity. That heat index number is going to start going up as we head into the weekend. But our temperatures are around 90 the next 2 days. Then we're in the lower 90s on Friday and even into Saturday too. We can see a lot of dry time, 0% chances for any moisture to come through, and a lot of sunshine is expected. I'm going to track the humidity with this and talk about that heat index number and look at some air quality around the nation coming up.
Okay, thanks, Kenton. The City of Columbia has pushed back the Cherry Street parking vote. Last night, the council approved 3 bills related to the Cherry Street Hotel, but the vote related to parking was postponed until next month. Parking is limited in downtown Columbia. The possibility that the Cherry Street Hotel might take about 99 spots from the Cherry Street Garage had some residents angry. One side says this will benefit businesses in downtown Columbia and there is a need for another hotel. The other side says residents will not have enough places to park.
I'm sorry that these rich people bought such a small space that they can't build a garage on it. And I'm sorry that they're not going to make enough money without taking some of what the citizens have built for themselves.
This hotel could be really good for the City of Columbia. Having a third downtown hotel is something that we hear over and over again is needed.
We tried to talk to different businesses around the area. Many were either closed or declined to comment. We will not know the final decision on the parking vote until August 16th. After the break, a Stevens College alum has become the oldest person to go to space. Plus, the push to legalize recreational marijuana in Missouri is on. What advocates are saying coming up next.